I do want to go through just overall what is happening on the Trump side when it comes to this campaign, because today was a very critical day for the former president. He sat down with the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, the first time the two of them had sat down together since Donald Trump left office and since their relationship had soured. And I will tell you, Pamela, I went into the room briefly. They allowed reporters in to ask a few questions. It did not seem as though there was any tension between Netanyahu and Donald Trump. And in fact, I asked what would happen, how would their working relationship look in the future if Donald Trump were to be elected in November, and he said there was never any issue. Of course, as we know, that's not true. Trump had soured on Netanyahu after Netanyahu congratulated President Joe Biden on winning the 2020 election, something that Trump viewed as disloyal. Now, on the other side of that, I also asked about Kamala Harris's remarks after she met with Benjamin Netanyahu. Netanyahu told me that he hoped that didn't impact any of the ceasefire talks, and Donald Trump said he believed that those comments were insulting to Israel. Now, the other part of the campaign that's kind of an offshoot that's happening right now is a little bit of a cleanup act, and it actually doesn't involve former President Donald Trump, but instead his running mate, J.D. Vance. He has gotten a lot of pushback. I know we've talked about it a lot today on these comments that he made when he was running for Senate in Ohio back in 2021, essentially saying, referring to several Democratic women as well as others, leaders, as childless cat ladies. Again, obviously, that has gotten a lot of pushback. Now he is saying that those comments were sarcastic, that they're being taken out of context, that people are focusing on the sarcasm part of them, not the substance, that Democrats are fundamentally, quote unquote, anti-family. Take a listen to what he said back in 2021 and what he's saying today.
We're effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made having children. Becoming a father, becoming a mother, I really do think it changes your perspective in a pretty profound way, that this is not about criticizing people who for various reasons didn't have kids. This is about criticizing the Democratic Party for becoming anti-family and anti-child.
Now, this is just not where the former president or the vice presidential candidate, J.D. Vance, wants to be right now. He should still be introducing himself to the American people, to Republicans. There's still a lot of Republicans who don't know anything about J.D. Vance, but instead, he is cleaning up these past remarks. Obviously, we'll see how this plays out in the next couple of days, Pamela.
All right, we shall. We will be tracking it closely. Thanks so much, Kristen Holmes. All right, let's break all of this down with CNN anchor Abby Phillip and CNN political analyst Maggie Haberman. Abby, I want to kick it off with you. MJ had this great reporting about this donor call with the Harris team as she was talking to her sources. What stood out to you about the ways that they're reshuffling Harris's calendar and even the DNC?
Well, Vice President Harris is effectively taking over the Democratic Party at this point. She wants to be the nominee, and a big part of that is going to be consolidating the donor base. They're going to need as much money as possible, frankly, to win this race. And what had happened over the last several weeks since President Biden's debate performance was that a lot of donors took a step back. There were fundraisers that were paused. There were people who simply were not confident in the Democratic Party's chances up and down the ballot. And part of what she's doing right now, in addition to trying to consolidate the voting base, is also trying to reassure and consolidate the donor base. It is almost as critical as they try to recoup time that was lost, frankly, between that last debate and now.
There's reshuffling on both sides, right? Maggie Haberman, to bring you in, you have great, insightful reporting about what's going on in the Trump campaign, where you write, quote, his message has been, for the moment, scrambled as Democrats have replaced an old, frail white man with a younger black woman who is campaigning energetically and giving new life to the Democratic base. And they were caught off guard by the speed and ruthless efficiency of the replacement. So bring us into those conversations, how the Trump team is now going to try to shift gears.
So a couple of things. He did actually manage to get into the news cycle today with that meeting with Bibi Netanyahu, and his team was very happy about that. But it has been many days where he has had to cede the spotlight to Kamala Harris and to Democrats in general. It's the first time that that's really happened in about 15 months, 16 months since he was first indicted of March of 2023, and it is an unfamiliar feeling for him. We also know that Donald Trump loves attention, whether it's good for him or not, and he often tries to find a way to get back in the headlines. His team seems to have found its footing on what it is going to say about Kamala Harris. They are, as Kristen was saying, distracted by the criticism of J.D. Vance. That most of them think will level out, but it has been an unwanted distraction. They also, I think, are figuring out how they're going to try to attack Kamala Harris. You saw Trump do it in his rally. He's going to describe her as a radical liberal or a dangerous liberal, and I think you will start seeing ads to that effect pretty soon.
So you heard Maggie mention the J.D. Vance criticism and how that's been distracting for the campaign. Of course, J.D. Vance tried to do damage control, I guess, today with Megyn Kelly, and the question is, did he or did he just make things worse, especially with women and families?
Well, you know how the cliche goes, Pam. If you're explaining, you're losing, and I think that's kind of where they are right now. Where Vance went on Megyn Kelly's show to try to explain what he said, he doubled down on it in a way. And also, just to be clear, I mean, I think a lot of times when politicians make past statements and it gets attention, they want to back away from some of the things that they said. One of the things he talked about was women who had to live with their own choices to not have children. And that's been one of the most problematic parts of this, is the sort of deriding of women who may, for whatever reason, choose to not have children. And he didn't back away from that today, even though he tried to say that he was being mischaracterized. So I don't think this goes away anytime soon. It's not a helpful message in general. I'm not sure that J.D. Vance is really on the ticket to try to win over women necessarily, but for a campaign that is trying to build on momentum from an RNC last week that was very triumphant in a lot of ways, this is incredibly unhelpful to them.
And Trump said, for his part, that he is still happy with his choice in Vance, even with Harris at the top of the Democratic ticket. Maggie, what do your sources say? Is that true? Is he actually happy? Because, you know, some Republicans have panned Vance as a poor choice strategically. I'm just wondering about in private what they say.
Yeah, I haven't heard any sense that Donald Trump is complaining to people about J.D. Vance, which, as we know, he often complains about people who work for him or with him closely in one way or another. He certainly did a lot as president. There hasn't been that happening. I think he's very focused on Kamala Harris and the change at the top of the ticket for the Democrats. You know, will he eventually look at the news coverage and start saying something? That has historically been the pattern. That is not happening yet. But there are a number of Republicans not in the Trump world who are concerned about the fact that there are so many headlines around this and wish that it did not exist. I think Abby's exactly right, that it's just unhelpful when he had a really successful convention, that had a lot of viewers, and it was a very celebratory atmosphere for Republicans who often have not been that way in the Trump era. And so this is just something they don't want to contend with.
And now there's a lot of focus on the debate, right? Abby, Trump is now saying he wants to wait until Harris is the official Democratic nominee before agreeing to any kind of debate. We should note that Biden was not the official Democratic nominee for the first debate, but what's behind all of this?
Yeah,
exactly.
Neither of them were at the time. I mean, look, I've heard different versions of what the strategy is around this. You know, there's one way of looking at it as an attempt to sort of change the narrative around just the news cycle, to get in there, and perhaps he successfully did that. But I think on the other hand, I don't think necessarily it's a good look for any candidate to be seen as backing out of a debate, especially for someone like Trump, who going into the last debate with Biden was very game about it. It was like, we'll be there, we're going to debate, because he felt like he could have the upper hand, and it turned out that he did. The idea that now he is trying to find reasons why this debate shouldn't happen at the prescribed time, it seems to indicate some degree of hesitancy or a desire to delay it that reads to the public like he's nervous. And I think that is helpful to the Harris campaign.
Maggie, I want to get your take on that, but also your perspective on Trump's announcement that he will be returning to Butler, Pennsylvania for another rally soon. You have to wonder, given how he's been feeling, like you point out in your reporting, is this another way for him to try to get back in the news cycle and get attention?
Sure, working backwards, I do think that in terms of returning to Butler, I do think that the assassination attempt has been on his mind quite a bit, as it has been for his whole team. But that was a moment that came at the end of a month where his popularity had increased, and it started increasing after the debate against President Biden. So I think some of that is just level setting for him. But I also do think that he has a fascination with what happened. In terms of the debate, I think that he is finding himself a little less than sure-footed as this race has changed, and it seems as if he is buying time. There aren't very many big moments left that we can predict in this race,
That's
right?
true.
I mean, there are
Yeah.
known unknowns. We have no idea some of the things that will happen in the fall. But a debate between these two nominees, Kamala Harris is not yet the nominee, but she is on track to be, that would be a big moment. And so I think he is just playing for time at this point.
All right, Maggie Haberman, Abby Phillip, thank you for sharing your insights on this Friday night. We appreciate it.